Sri Shushim Banerjee. Thank you so much. And the speakers is first speaker is Sri Shekhar Thete, the General Manager S&M, the Jindal Steel and Power Limited. Please put your hands together for Sri Shekhar Thete. The next speaker is Sri Nagaranjan Pri, but that time he could not join with us. On behalf of him, from the Stainless Limited, Sri Shubham Srivastava could join with us. Please put your hands together for him. Our next speaker is Ms. Prajakta Wagalikot, the Joint General Manager AMNS. Please put your hands together for ma'am. Next speaker, the Sri Anirban Das Muzumdar, AVP SRMB Srijan Private Limited. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you so much. And now I would like to request Sri Shushim Banerjee, CEO, IISSC and former DG INSDAC. We start our next session. Set any tone for them.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting the first technical session on providing solutions to infrastructures, readiness of steel producers. This is a very interesting topic that has been picked up by SSTS. Now, as you know, one of the major driver of Indian steel consumption is infra spending, infra particularly by the government of India, and is followed by other private corporate investment. So, but when the investment takes place in a particular sector, in order to address the supply of steel, it is very necessary for us to know what is the capability of our steel producers to cater to the demand that will be arising out of the huge spending on infrastructure. So I'm sure all the speakers, there are 4 speakers in the session. I will just, so the time is, we are starting at 12:30. So we will have to end at 13:30, say 1 hour.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, so I think each speaker will have, I'll say about 12 minutes to speak and balance 3 minutes for any question answer. Question answer, either you can have after each session, or we can have the question answer at the end of the session, because some of your questions of the first speaker may have been answered by the second speaker. So I would just say that you please hold on with your questions, and as soon as the 4 speakers, they end their presentation, you can address the questions to them. Is it okay with all of you? Okay. So now I will call the first speaker, Mr. Shekhar Thete. He is the General Manager, S&M, Jindal Steel and Power.
I would like to request our first speaker, the Sri Shekhar Thete. Mr. Shekhar Thete is the General Manager of MS Jindal Steel and Power. He is looking after sales and marketing of JSP structural products, and he works closely with customer, fabrication and consultants to provide the best suitable structure steel solution that can offer optimal cost and time benefit to the project. Please put your hands together for Sri Shekhar Thete.
Good afternoon all. My name is Shekhar, and thanks for the kind introduction. Today, as we are gathered to understand what are the new developments and the new technology innovation is happening in steel, so we find it's appropriate dais to share what the exactly JSPL is doing. Let me introduce you about what the JSPL is all about. We are Jindal Steel and Power, and our chairman is Mr. Naveen Jindal. We have a sizable presence in the all infrastructure product, which are majorly long product as well as the flat. Our mission is building nations and the empowering communities. And we operate with a vision of to be an ever flourishing company focusing on national building, value creation and sustainable growth. Here you can find, in case of all our vision and the mission, we are majorly concentrating on the nation building, sustainable growth and empowering the community, because no country or can sustain without the community. So we are looking for the sustainable growth which should be inclusive from the all sectors. These are the products which we manufacture, and you can see these all products are specifically targeted to the infrastructure. As you know, these are the products majorly plates, coils, sheet piles, TMT, angles, channels, beam, crane rails, track rails, and also there are two new products which I have added, that is the sinusoidal beam as well as the hollow section. In case of steel manufacturing, these are the typical route. The first is the blast furnace, second is the smelting, which is technically called as a Corex technology. Third is the direct reduction, and the fourth is a recycle, that we are using the recycled steel. So as a JSPL, we have blast furnace, direct reduction, and the recycle steel. That we have the electric arc furnace, we can manufacture steel from the electric arc furnace. As we, in the beginning, I mentioned the sustainable growth. So I just want to share with you, this is called the EPD certificate, which is the global organization which certifies, who take the total audit right from the cradle to gate. That's right from the raw material and as well as the whatever the process you are using for the transportation, manufacturing and the further dispatches. They will find out the total carbon emission, CO2 emission which has been happened due to that process. So these are the typical values. If I use 100% recycled scrap and 88% renewable energy plus 12% non-renewable energy, so our CO2 emission for the plates comes around 458, that is 460 kg per metric ton, and for the structural it is around 504 kg per metric ton. This is through 100% recycle, but if you, in typically somebody uses the smelting or the Corex or even the blast furnace route, the typical CO2 value is close to 2200 to 2500 kg per metric ton, which is on the higher side. So more of the steel companies nowadays worldwide trying to reduce this CO2 content. Now coming to the JSPL products, this is the product range. If somebody is from the design fraternity or the consultant, they will understand what is the vast range we have. If you take the UB section, we can do right from UB 152 and go up to UB 838. And if you can see, in there are certain sections where we can offer the do flanges. Like in case of UB 152, there are 89 plus 100 flange. At the same time, if you see UB 457, there we are offering the two flanges, that is 191 and 152. At the same time, we are also manufacturing HE section right from HE 160 up to HE 900. Technically in India we call it as a WPB, wide parallel flange beam, that is WP 600, 700, 900. At the same time, we have all the NPB sections available. In case of channel, we can manufacture right from channel 100 up to channel 400. Now, these sections will be available in all sectional grade, all sectional weights as well as the grade. So when you see, when you multiply, like this is a, there are 10 section, but the 10 section is available in various 3 to 4 sectional weights and again 3 to 4 grades. So total basket available for you as a designer or the user is a quite vast. This is a typical manufacturing of the rolling process for the long products, where we have a raw material which is at the left side corner, that is 480 by 420 into 120. This will be available in the billet form, and the billet, that is a semi finished product in the various grade, and this particular billets will be rolled or they will be pushed into the heating furnace. From there, it will be given to the high pressure descaler to remove the surface scale which may form due to the reheating. Then the breakdown mill, then the tandem mill, then hot saw, then walking beam, cooling bed. Then we have the straightening machine which covers our camber as well the straightness and the out of square properties, which will be bring it to the tolerance limit. If you say the in the center lower side, the universal roll, there are 4 rolls, 2 are vertical and 2 are horizontal. By adjusting their gap, we can change the sectional weight. What is the sectional weight? It is amalgamation of your web and flange thicknesses. So once we can change this roll gap, we can change the web and flange thickness, and then we can achieve the desired sectional weight as per the customer requirement. So as this is about the using steel for the construction purpose, or maybe the PEPs and other thing, there are certain advantage where steel structure has over the RCC. I am not saying, or we are not saying that RCC is not good. RCC is equally good, but in case of RCC, they have their own advantage, but at the same time, the steel building has their own advantage. The main advantage is the time saving. It is like that in case of PEB building, you can construct, or you can make the tailor-made sizes, or you can make the half of the work done at the factory, can ship it to the site and erect on the priority, or in the fast speed. At the same time, we can have the project timeline well, the milestone well defined and well achieved. Here you have a factory which is running much ahead of your site readiness, so you can have a site ready, and then you can ship your ready-made structure and get it erected. In case of any design change, in case of any addition you want to do in the existing structure or in existing design, can be very well done in case of the road section. At the same time, they are very flexible, though have a strength, but the ductility and other properties are far better than the concrete. So you can make them, or you can make any shape out of it, whether you want a high curvature, you want a high camber, or you can actually want to twist it, you can still do that. Again, it is a ready-made available, so you need not to go again to the drawing board and try to do what exactly you are looking for. So the ready-made design structure, or even the nowadays the softwares available, where you can give you the load setting, your span and everything, and ultimately you will have your BOQ ready-made. And the main advantage is that it is 100% recycle. It's recyclable. If any, even if this steel building, if you see, it is made out of mostly the steel. Even somebody decide to change it, we can recycle up to 98% of the material out of it. Now, when we talk about the roll section, and when that roll section we talk of the JSPL, in the market generally there are two type of roll section is available. If you see the top side, there is one called the tapered section, which is generally the older technology, and what we are producing is called the parallel flange beam. If you see in the right hand top corner, the what is the tapered is the flange. At the end we'll get the tapered, that is at the seam it will be on the higher side, the thickness will be higher side. At the end or the edges it will go lower. But in case of JSPL, it will be the perfect square. That is called as a parallel flange. So if you see the sectional properties of that particular section, even if you say the first parameter, ISMB 200 by 100 into 25.4 kg per meter, and at the same time UB 203 into 133 into 25 kg per meter second. Though the sectional weight is similar, but if you can notice, the XX and YY properties are far superior than the normal ISMBs. So with this, you can do the more optimizing in your design, and you can design the structure with the optimal weight. Not only this, but the second thing, where we talk about the sectional weight. Even if you say the UB203,